everyone. Welcome to Close Up on America's Business, the program that takes you inside some of the most unique and successful companies in America. I'm Janice Marie. On each edition of our show, you have the opportunity to meet some of the most innovative business leaders in the country today. You'll find out what their products, services, technologies, and business models can do for you, and what they're doing to change our world and to change the way we do business.
It's a fact that most everyone would love to have a beautiful home. And in that regard, most attention generally faces on the house itself, like this. Very impressive. What many fail to realize, however, that most often it's the gardens and the landscape surrounding the home that really set it off and make the picture complete and leave the onlooker thinking, wow, now that's incredible. It's also things like these extraordinary gardens, exquisitely cared for, and structures like this pool that truly make this property livable. It's a classic example of exactly what we're talking about. This is one of the most magnificent homes and gardens in all of Dallas. The landscaping designed, built, and maintained by one of the oldest, award-winning landscaping design firms in the country today, headquartered right here in Dallas, Lambert Landscape Company.
Lambert's is a design build firm. Our focus since our inception has been on design, good design, residential landscape architecture. We also have the build side of the business, which focus on the construction or the building of the gardens that we design. Then we have our maintenance division, which we call Garden Services, with our fine gardening program, and garden managers, which work within that group and act or serve as private gardeners, if you will, for our clients.
And when someone calls you out on a project, what are the initial steps you go through with them?
The first thing that we would do is go out and analyze the site and really learn about the site that we're getting ready to work on. We want to know about things like drainage, what the topography is doing, what views we might have to work with. We bring all that information back to the office along with what we've gathered from the client in terms of what their wants and needs are. And we take their wants and desires and merge that with what we found out about the site and create the design from and around that.
Talk to me a little bit about the extent of the services you provide, because you really do a lot.
Within landscape architects, there are firms that focus on design or design only, and that's all they do. And they go to a contractor to have a project built. We house both of those entities under one roof, and so there's a lot better coordination that happens during the course of the project because the landscape architect is involved all the way through from design inception through the completed project. So this is where the design process begins. At a drafting table like this, we'll begin with a conceptual master plan that we visit with the client, showing the various spaces that we've created for the gardens. Then once the design is approved by the client, then we will turn those into working drawings. We spend a lot of time at a drafting table just like this working out the design and the details. So we'll work with the architect in physically placing the home on the site, siting it for best solar orientation, best views, and topography placement, as well as to provide the best resultant spaces to create our gardens. It's often said that details make the difference, and in this garden space the details really do. The detail that we have here in the paving, in combination with the crushed granite that we used as filler within the paving stones themselves, the Pennsylvania bluestone was worked into a cobble effect to create and delineate a difference in variation in pattern. Walkways within this garden are created with a Granbury limestone that was all hand-worked by masons to create a cobblestone effect. We came through and seeded over the top of the walkways in the joints with a plant called dichondra. Most people think of this as a weed, but here it actually serves as a softening effect for the walkway. We planted different vegetation on the home to provide an old world look. It softens the architecture and helps tie the architecture to the garden. There's a series of plants here: Boston ivy, English ivy, and crossvine. The combination of these plants provide various textures and color changes throughout the year.
My name is Simmons and I work with Lambert. I'm a garden manager. I do the maintenance and perform the weekly functions here at the property. We do follow up on maintenance services for the landscape design. As you can tell from the property, it's exquisitely maintained, very event ready at any time. The designers that we work with here at Lambert's, it's a team effort to make sure that Mr. Field's design is maintained at all times.
More Tree Care is a division of Lambert's. Its primary focus is preserving and taking care of trees. A lot of times people think about tree care as pruning. That's only one component. It's really concern for the overall health and preservation of the tree. We often focus on the turf and on the flowers and things like that, but it's the trees that provide the structure, the longevity. There's no component of the garden that is long-lived as the tree. With proper care, which includes monitoring the watering, fertilization, exposing the root flare, aeration, all kinds of things beyond just pruning.
More Lawn & Garden is a full-service company that encompasses all the needs for your landscape maintenance, fertilization, insect and disease control, landscape enhancements, color installation. We do pretty much everything that is needed from a maintenance and an installation side.
What do you think sets this company apart in this field? What makes you different?
I think the thing that sets us apart more than any other thing is that we're a design-driven firm. The company has focused since its inception on design, landscape architecture, and the creation of gardens. And the thing that really separates us, or that makes us unique, is that most design-build firms are focused on building the garden. We're focused on the design of the garden to the highest quality level possible. You know, I think gardens are the thing that really create the setting or the environment for a home to sit within. No matter how great the architecture is, it's its surroundings that really make the space, really make it inviting and warm and livable. And we're in the business of creating outdoor rooms, outdoor environments. So it's an extension of the architecture, an extension of the home, and really it expands the livable space of a home.
The Lambert landscape story is a truly remarkable one of a company founded back in 1919 and today is bigger and stronger than ever. Consider this, its combined staff of executives, designers, foremen, crews, and subcontractors bring hundreds of years of professionalism and experience to ensure that virtually every project meets the exacting standards set by the company's founder some 90 years ago. I'm Doug Llewelyn, reporting from Dallas.
Well, that does it for this edition of Close Up on America's Business. I'm Janice Marie. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.